In this particular project, we are going to build a sales dashboard for a global energy industry. So basically, we are going to build this dashboard into AWS QuickSight. Amazon QuickSight is basically a service that is provided by AWS to build and analyze your data in the form of visuals. So you can add multiple charts, you can add multiple graphs into your dashboards, and also you can visualize this data and share it with multiple users. Sometimes you give the permission to users, like if they can be the readers of your dashboard or if they can be the editor of the dashboard. Also, you can export your charts in the form of PDF as well to look offline. So how your monthly dashboard looks like. So this is pretty much it with QuickSight. But one thing that we need to make sure for this particular project is that QuickSight offers a 30-day subscription. So 30 days free subscription. So for 30 days, you can use QuickSight for one user and for free. But later on, it will start charging you on the basis of on monthly basis and on the basis of package that you selected, and lastly on the basis of how many users are added into your QuickSight. So one thing that you need to make sure is that after solving this particular problem statement, you are going to delete your QuickSight account and all the resources that you have created in your QuickSight account. So later, after deleting your QuickSight account, you won't be charged. Later. So first of all, let's look into how our data looks like on which we are going to build our dashboard. So let me show you that. So this is the sample data, which is a SaaS sales data. So we have this column order date. Let me show you first this order date column. So as you can see, we have the data till December 2023 into this. So one thing, we are gonna analyze these sales amount in our data set. So we are gonna check monthly sales, and then we are going to check this sales on the basis of multiple attributes, on the basis of industry, on the basis of, you can check it on the basis of country, on the basis of city as well. So we have multiple industries into our sales: energy, finance, healthcare, manufacturing, etc. And there is one more thing, that is segment. So we are going to analyze our data on the basis of segment as well. So this is the sample data, and you are gonna build the dashboard using this particular data. Let me show you how your sample dashboard can look like, but you can modify your dashboard according to your aesthetics as well. So basically, this is our QuickSight dashboard. So we have, first of all, we have line chart. This line chart is, as you can see that we had the data till December 2023. So till December, it is showing you actual sales from your data set. As we have some sales, it has produced some sales for from January 24 to February 2025. So this is actually the forecast that this particular chart has produced. So you can see that how powerful this dashboard is, that you can analyze your data as well as can produce a forecast of your data set. Also, we have this segment. This is actually the filter. So basically, as I showed you the segments in column into my data set, so you can filter your data set on the basis of those segments. Then we have this sales KPI. So it shows you key performance indicator that 20.62% of sale has been increased in 2023 from 2022. And then we have added the description of this particular forecast and particular sale, but the forecast for till February 2025 looks like. And then we have added our this particular chart which show you sales per industry. So you can see that we have the sales for all the industries marked over here. And if someone wants to, so this is the pivot table that we created. So if someone wants to see the multiple sales factor for different order dates and for different basically sub-segments, you can see from here as for different countries, you can see that from here as well. So this is basically the basic dashboard that you're going to build. If you want to add something else, you can add, you're free to add that. in the next video, try it yourself, and before going into the next video. But in the next video, we are going to build this in AWS console. Now let's go to our AWS console and search for a QuickSight. So when you will open the QuickSight service, and then it will load the QuickSight dashboard for you. But I already have created this particular QuickSight account. So first time when you load this particular account, it will ask you to sign up for AWS QuickSight. So one thing that you need to make sure is that AWS QuickSight gives you a free subscription of 30 days only. After 30 days, it will start charging you on monthly basis on the basis of usage and on the basis of users that you have added in your account. So make sure after completing this project, delete your QuickSight account and all the resources associated with it to get to basically avoid the extra charges. So after, like, when you will sign up, it will ask for your email and for the subscription plan. So you need to add those as well, and then it will take you to this particular UI. Now what we need to do is that you will go to the dataset, and in the dataset you will add new dataset. You can see we have multiple services over here, so you can import the data from S3, from Salesforce, from RDS, Redshift, from AWS, as well as from Databricks, from Presto, Snowflake. From wherever you want, you can import your data into your QuickSight account, and then you can build your dashboard. How flexible it is. And also we can upload our files. So we have these particular extension that you can upload. So let's upload our file. So we have sales file. I'll upload it. It will take a couple of seconds to get uploaded. And now we have uploaded our file. Now you will click. It will basically show you a preview data, sample data that you have into your file to make sure that your data is loaded correctly. Then we will click next, and then you can click on visualize. After clicking on visualize, so it will ask you what kind of sheets you want. So I just want the default one, so that's okay. So it is gonna load our dashboard at the moment. So what we need to do first is that let's basically rename our dashboard sales data analysis, and then click on your empty visual. So after clicking this particular empty visual, what you need to do is that you will click on sales, because we need to visualize the sales on the basis of order date. So let's click on the order date. So we are basically on the x-axis, we have order date, and the values are basically our sales. Now let's expand it a little bit. So you can see that this particular dashboard is for we can see that we have the data for each each day. It is on the daily basis. So what we need to do is that you need to change the aggregation of order date from day to month. So our aggregation is on the basis of daily. We need to change it on the basis of month. You can change it on the basis of year as well, like quarter, like year, whatever you want. So let's keep it month to get the neat, to get a little bit of the neat dashboard. Now we have a line chart that is built from like January 2020 to December 2023, and we can see our sales trend over here. One thing we can add is that we can add forecasts. As you saw into our sample data, that you can add forecast as well. So after December 2023, we can see the forecast from January 24 to February 25. So this is basically the forecasted. You can at the right side, you can see that this particular pane, you have the period forward, like we can see till 14 months of forecast, and as well period backward. If you select period backward as 6 and you apply it, it will show you how it forecasted the previous month. So it is very close to our real data set. So you can see how powerful this forecasting tool is. Okay, now if you go to add visual, so let's click visualize, and let's add the KPI. So, oh my god, I just changed the data to, okay, let's click other. Okay, and in the visualize, let's add the KPI now. Add visual, and in the visual, you can select the KPI. So now in the KPI, we just need what we actually need. We need the KPI, and we need the KPI for sales and order date as well. So in the field list, we will basically select again the sale and the order date. So you can see that this is actually our KPI. And let me do one more thing. Let me change the aggregation of order date from day to month again. So, or year. Let's change it to year because we need some a bit neat KPI so that we can see. So as you can see in the 2023, our sales is like this, and so from 2022 we have 20.62% increase in our sale. So if the business want to see how their business is performing, so they can use this particular KPI chart. Now let's move this KPI chart a little bit over here. Perfect. So after that, let's click this particular KPI and click the button on the month. So let me show you that as well. Now we have added this, and now if you will click on the add button, it will basically tell you that how you can. So we have just give me a second. So let's click on this, and in the now we have our KPI. We need to find the insights of this KPI. So you can see, you can click on the insight, and in the insight, what you can do is that you can you can select the month over month. So you will select on add, and this will basically give you how your sales decrease or increase in a specific time. So we can let's copy it over here and paste it over here. So you can see that total sales for December decrease from this to that. So how your sales actually changes. One thing also you can do is that from the insights, you can click on the forecast and you will add the forecast. So it will show you that total sale that is forecasted for February 2025 is like this. So we have this insight as well. So this is, you can find the insights related to your KPI from this particular insight part of your data sets. Now, our next task is that we need to visualize our sales on the basis of industry. So we will add visual, and in the visuals, you are going to add your donut chart. So this in the donut chart, we are going to add the field list for which we want this particular chart to be visible. So we will select the industry, and also we want the sales. So this will give us the sales for all the industries. Now, if you want to add or drill down like from industry to customer, we want the sales for the customer as well. What you can do is that from here you can drag your customer and drop it over here. Add a drill down layer. So after like adding this, so we have added over here. Now, if you click on the industry inside, it will give you the drill down layer as well. So you can drill down to customer, and you can see the sales for the customer as well. So whatever you want, you can add that over here, and you can change this drill down from industry to customer and customer to industry whenever you want. So one thing after that, we have added our industry into our and customer into this particular donor chart. Now, what we need to do is that we need to format this particular donor chart. So you will click on this more option, and then so you will click on the format visual panel. Sorry. So we will let me find that. So just click on this particular format visual, and it will show you that how it is. It can show you the donut chart, so it can show you the small, large, medium, however you want. And then we can add you can add the legend as well. What we need to add is that we need to add the metrics over here. So we will expand the data labels, and in the data labels you will check this show metrics. So it is going to show you the metrics for all these industries. Like for communication, we have 120.9K, which is 5% of total sales, and 10% of total sales. This is 21% of total sales. Our next task is that, so we have our line chart and the forecast, KPI, its insights, our donut chart. Now we need to add our pivot table to get the insights of basically for region, sales, and sub-region. So let's go to add visual. And when you add visual, you will select the pivot table from over here. So we will select the pivot. Now it will ask you to add rows, columns, and values. So first of all, we are going to select region because we want the sales for each region. And then we will select the sales because we want to have the insight for our sales. And then you will select the sub-region. So we will have this particular data for region and sub-regions, and the aggregation factor is basically sales. So after that, one thing that you need to do is that you need to add order date into this column field. After adding this order date into the column field, you can see that we have the sales for each month, each day. So we need to change the aggregation from, let's change it from day to year, so that we have like a better visualization. For 2023, our sale is this, 2022, this and that. Now we have our pie chart. This particular chart looks very like it looks like very dull at the moment. We will make it aesthetic a little later. So one thing that you need to do is that one thing which we need to that is we need to format this particular pivot table. So let's format it using this particular pencil icon again, and in the pencil icon we will expand this pivot option. So you can see that we have hierarchy. You can find it as a tabular as well. So let's currently change it to hierarchy. And we have a height collapse column or height single metric. So let's check it like this. So now you can see that we have, let me uncheck this. So we have repetitive sales for our countries. So if we select for height, like as you can see that we have repetitive sales. So if you select on height single metric, it will basically give you if it will basically change remove those repetitive sales. So you can see that we had it was like this. Now it's this. Okay, after basically formatting this particular so it actually removed the sales header. You can see that we have like this sales. So if we change it like this, so it will says it will remove that particular sales header and tell you that it is sum of sales for region and sub-region like this. One thing that you need to make sure is that after basically adding this particular sales column, what we are going to do is that we will we will expand our subtotal section because we want the subtotal, and then we will check the show subtotal under the row. So if this particular matrix is hidden, you won't be able to see the subtotal for each region. So if you check this, you can see the total sales for each region as well. After this, scroll down a little bit and click on the background. So this background, basically if you pick any color, so it will color your subtotals. So let me color it like red, or let's color it green. Scroll down a little bit and apply styling in the box as well. So we will apply the styling to cells. Headers only means that it will add to headers. So we will headers and cells. We will select this and then we will apply this. Now our pivot chart looks a little bit, our dashboard is just, we have our dashboard in place. Let's close this visual. One thing that we need to add is we need to add the filter control. So as you saw that we had added a filter into our first design chart. So we will add the filter now. So you will select this and in the filters, if you go, you will select add filter. So here you can add the filter on the basis of whatever you want. So we will add the filter on the basis of segment. And if you expand this particular filter, so you will so basically it will tell you that on which visual you want to apply this filter. So if you select into some visuals, you will need to select on the visuals on which that particular filter will be applied to. So we will select all the applicable visuals. So now this particular filter is applied to all our visuals. One thing we need to do is that we need to add this filter into sheet. So we will select add on sheet. Let's first let me place it somewhere so that we can see how this filter can be applicable to our chart. So let me expand it a little bit. Now, if you select SMB, it will give you the data, your chart data related to this SMB. And if you select all, then you will have the data related to everything. Okay. Now let me format our table a little bit. Just let's format it so that our graph would be organized and neat. And let me expand this as well. Now our dashboard is ready. So what we can do is that we can let you, if you want to enhance it more, you can do that as well. If you want to visualize, you want to add more colors, more aesthetics, you can do according to your requirement. So we've how you can do this now. Let me fit to window. It's already fit to window. Let's publish it. So we will share and publish this dashboard. So you will name your dashboard something like that, test dashboard, and it will actually save your dashboard. So our dashboard has been saved. What we can do is that we can download it in the form of PDF. So you can export it, generate PDF, whatever you want you can do with this particular dashboard. So look how pretty it looks like. So we can filter this as well for whatever you want, for strategic, for SMB, for enterprise. You can see the enterprise sales forecasted over here, and you can add multiple visuals into this dashboard as well. So this is how you can use and explore AWS QuickSight, and you can build your dashboard according to your business requirement. So now after completing your project, you will click on Manage QuickSight, and it will take you to this particular page. So we and then you will click on your subscription. So we have our current plan, which is this, good for account with repetitive user, and then you can see your subscription at the bottom. So we have a free user, so our monthly cost will be $0 for our user, and as you can see that our subscription is free trial, and we have auto renewal is off. It means that after this particular time will be like after 29 days, we want so this user will be deleted from this QuickSight automatically. So if you want to renew your subscription, you will need to do it on yourself. So this will save us from for getting charged for QuickSight So this is all, and I can add 4 users into this in the free trial. And if I want to add 5th user, I will be charged for that. So this is how you can use QuickSight for your for building dashboard. Try to use it for yourself and try to build a dashboard on your data, on the samples data that we actually have provided.